Hi, everyone. This is going to be a boring check in, but we're actually one big update is that I fired my coach GPT. I fired ChatGPT as my coach. I'm transitioning over to Gemini because ChatGPT is just awful at remembering formatting. They're just the check-ins are taking me so long, and then I would have to argue with it, and it would forget things, and I really this week, I noticed I'm like, "I think there's a couple things, like, gravely wrong here." It missed my deload week last week, and I went back and checked, and then it wrote my deload week for the coming week, and it said that it was decreasing the mileage by 30%, which is standard. I checked the math. It had only decreased the mileage by 13%, not 30. And I was like, the math's wrong. So I'm just spending so much time checking the formatting and that is following the plan. Oh my God, I'm over it. I'm officially over it. And I realize I have a Gemini subscription with my Google account. So I was like, why am I double paying for these subscriptions? And the general consensus now is that Gemini is far superior to ChatGPT. OpenAI is falling far, far, far behind. So I was just like, you know what? I just finished my phase one. So that's the good news of this week. So I fired Coach GPT. I've hired Coach Gemini. And um, I think I was like, this is just the time to do it because I finished one phase. The phase was like of consequence, but not of consequence like the phases coming up will be. So it didn't like I'm not behind. It didn't make any such errors where I'm like my training now is sacrificed or suffered. None of that because anything that like I know enough, I caught it. But that was a big thing this week. And so I've spent what like 3 hours this morning that I don't have doing the transition from ChatGPT to Gemini. I'm feeling confident though, based on my conversations with Gemini, that it's going to remember everything much better. These check-ins should take me 20 minutes, not 3 hours like it did today. So that's the base of anything. Anyways, I closed out phase one. So because ChatGPT, Coach GPT missed my deload last week, I'm gonna have my deload this week. I wrote it all out. So this is what I did last week. That was the plan. This is what I completed on point. Completed my macros on point. There's what I had for my macros. And then what's coming up this week is yes. Now we go into so phase two is really about getting in as good of shape as for marathon training as I possibly can. This is a long phase. This is this week, like end of January to or this week coming up end of January in like to the end of June. It's a good solid like 5 months. Standard for a good healthy marathon training phase. And the goal really is to get in as good of marathon shape as I possibly can so that when I start stacking longer runs back to back to back, I'm bulletproof for it. So, but the deload week, which is a true 30, 35, and I checked this math and it was good. So my coach Gemini was on it, can do math, can do basic subtraction. Holy, that's awful. Chat GPT. 8 miles this week, 4, 4, 4. Do a little bit of tempo in here, maybe a mile and a half of tempo, do my yin yoga, and then finish off on Thursday. So, yeah, a very boring, well, not boring, but, standard week. Macros are good. So what's good about this week? I'm continuing on my little mini fat loss phase here, and my weight still trending down. Very, very, I think, yeah, same 0.5% to 0.75%. I think I'm averaging 0.75% a week in loss. And so I've added all that here. And so that's really it. The Instagram post will go up tomorrow. And so now we just proceed with Coach Gemini. Coach GPT is out. In fact, I canceled my account because I don't want to pay for 2 subscriptions. Blech. Okay. Anyways, that's it, everyone. Onwards and upwards.